rolling out an entirely new platform, and that's just actually been released this month. LiveRail for publishers and LiveRail for networks. And so we've developed a fully unified set of tools on the publisher side, so you can actually that you can manage your in-house ad serving and your third-party ad network management in one place. And it's seamlessly integrated with a number of major publishing platforms like Brightco. And I think we really see ourselves as a great partner with the key people in the video ecosystem, whether that's publishers or advertisers, the publishing platforms, and that's something I think is really a key differentiator for us that I think our customers really see every day. Depending on the client, people are looking for some combination of direct ad sales where they actually have, they may have a sales team and they're looking to sell their own ads on their content, or they're looking to use ad networks to help fill that available ad inventory. And so those two require really different technology and really different logic to actually help manage the delivery of both of those types of advertising. In terms of people who use our service currently, that ranges from publishers like PBS, who help use it to manage their advertising, or I should say sponsorship rights, across all of their 360 affiliate stations. So they have a huge set of different content owners that are also their distribution centers that require specific rights to manage the sponsorship messaging that goes with their content. So we basically have a system to make sure that the correct messaging is linked to the correct content, and that any of the revenue rights that are associated with that are properly accounted for. Then it ranges to ad networks who actually use LiveRail to power their distribution of campaigns across their entire network of publishers. And so we work with 3 of the top 20 display ad networks that are moving into the video space, and I think it's a pretty exciting space. A lot of I think the video advertising market is growing so rapidly that you're going to see a lot more players in that space in the next 12 to 18 months. The key problem that we first solved when we first came into the market was really through our ad server, and what we solved with that was, a lot of people wanted to be able to manage ad serving within video, but they were hamstrung by using legacy products that were really built for display. And so they were stuck with an interface and a workflow that really wasn't built for video. And the only other providers in the space really had very expensive, very cumbersome solutions for managing that. And so I think that's where we came along, built a very intuitive interface, something that you can be a small to medium publisher without a dedicated double-click consultant or specialist on board, and you can actually manage all of your advertising. I think coming along further, we saw the other key problem was actually being able to manage relationships with multiple ad networks and be able to get the best performance and really be able to manage relationships with a large set of ad networks that might specialize in different areas, either different types of ad units or something like that. But they didn't have a way to actually make that work technically, because each of those ad networks had a different technology, that had a different widget, a different integration into the player, and they couldn't communicate with each other. So that was something that the impetus for our ad source management tool was really to help solve that problem and make sure that publishers could actually work with as many ad networks as they need. And we've actually built in some really interesting tools with our updated platform, LiveRail for publishers, which allows them to automatically send out requests to different ad networks depending on viewer profiles or content types. Trying to find more relevant advertising and trying to find more targeted advertising is going to be beneficial for everyone, but it's going to be a longer process than any of us want. There's a lot of really interesting tools coming on board in terms of behavioral targeting or different demographic targeting that I think when the online video market gets to that scale where you can actually start making these really targeted buys, you're going to start seeing ads that are actually more relevant to you as a viewer, and I think that's going to be a substantial change. In the near term, I think some more evolutionary moves like using 15-second pre-rolls, it tends to really tie in a lot better with the type of content you see online. So I mean, there's some short-term moves and then there's some longer-term moves, but I think there's definitely some encouraging changes coming on board.